You're an inspiration to our entire organization.
Welcome to the Gym Marketing Made Simple podcast. We're going to be talking the done-for-you marketing and sales strategies proven to work with boutique fitness gyms to increase quality lead flow and grow your revenue. Don't try to be a professional marketer and waste tons of money. Let the experts at Lasso do it for you. And now, here are your hosts, Blake Ruff and Sherman Merricks.
Welcome everybody to the Gym Marketing Made Simple podcast. And today I'm going to dial into something that is super important for gyms. And I think that so many mentorships and so many people make this more complicated than what it is. And there's really only 3 levers to pull when you get to this point. Some people call it the magic number. Some people just call it the number that you're going to get stuck at. So there always comes a point in a business where your churn is meeting your clients in, meaning for the last 6 months, year, 3 months, whatever it is, you've been stuck at this like up and down, but it's all like you look back over the last 6 months or a year and revenue really hasn't changed. So you're getting 4 in and 4 out and you're like, why can't I grow? And I've done all the stuff. I've done the mentorships. I've done all that thing. And I still can't get past it, right? And there's really only 3 things that you can do to grow your business. And what I'm going to talk about today, and the point of this conversation, is to know when paid marketing is the lever to pull. And I will be clear, it's actually the last lever you should pull. Because the other 3, once you fix them and you add paid marketing on, then everything's going to grow faster. So we are very honest in all of our conversations with clients and potential clients if we're the best option for them. So no gym, doesn't matter, whatever you are, you're going to hit a breaking point where you're stuck in your revenue. And that's when paid marketing sometimes comes in play. And what I mean by that, so a gold standard of churn is 3%. Now that probably could be said for a very rural community that like people don't really leave or transient. Like if you're in a bigger town of like downtown somewhere or just like a younger area that they move outward or move to more suburban later on, your churn might be like, 5 to 6 or even 7% if it's like a military area. So let's take 5%, which is still a good churn. So if you have 100 people coming in, if you have 100 members, simple math, 5% is 5 people leaving every month on average. And just by the, I can use 2 Brains state of the industry, most gyms are getting anywhere from 5 to 4 new clients a month. So if your churn is 5%, then you're gaining 5 and losing 5. You can't break that point. Now, the only levers to pull are get better at churn. And if you've addressed everything, there's probably nothing else you can do. Another lever would be to be better at sales, right? So being better at sales, like if you look at your sales and you're doing just organic right now, you should probably be anywhere from 70 to 80% close rate of leads to signups, of people walking in the door that you meet with, right? And so if you're meeting that 70 to 80%, you have created systems and processes in your gym that have shown. And I would argue with anybody that says you need to work on your systems or your coaching that they're wrong, because the churn rate is a reflection of your systems and processes. Because if your churn rate wasn't good, then you probably need to work on your business. And there's reasons why people are leaving, whether it's just bad communication or your coaching isn't following protocol or whatever it may be. But if you have good churn, that is a reflection of where the business stands today. Now, sales process, that's a different thing, right? Now, if you're not closing 70, 80%, you need to work on your offerings, maybe your CRM, how quick you respond to leads, that people are coming in the door. And because organic traffic, it should be the easiest to close. Basically, Susie's best friend sold her, bringing her in if it's a referral. And organic, they're seeking you out. That's the big thing to remember when you're doing organic marketing or just doing organic, is when people are seeking you out rather than cold traffic, you're now seeking them out. You're fishing, rather they're kind of coming to you, and you just don't have to mess it up. So if you have now got your churn to 3 to 6%, which again is a reflection of how good your gym is once they walk in the door, which is a reflection of your systems and coaching, and then your sales is you're closing between 70 to 80%, there's only one lever to pull going forward. And that lever is to get more leads in the door. And there's no way around this other than you need more people coming in the funnel. And there's only two ways to do it. Either you post a lot more content, but if you're already doing that, well, then the last one is to pay for paid marketing. So the average gym, according to the state of the industry, and I don't want to misquote this, I think it was $18,000. I'll find it here in a second. But our average client within Lasso last month was $45,000. Correct. So big group is $18,750. Small group is $16,667 by 2 brains for the state of the industry. So our clients are doing 100% more than that of revenue per month. And then if you're listening to this, you need to ask yourself, why are you not breaking that barrier and it usually happens between 15 to 20K. And that's why we work with gyms only doing $15,000 or more, or gyms that are like just opening, right? Because the reason being is that once you hit 15K, you've proven probably you have pretty good systems, you can sell, and you've reached that point where your revenue is kind of stuck. We know that we can be the gas on the fire at that point. We don't just say we work with gyms only doing $15,000 or more just because that, we want to work with better gyms. We know that it's the tool that's probably needed at that point. And we can take you from 15 to 20 to 45. And we have gyms doing, I think the highest gym we have is $110,000 per month, right? And they went from 80K to 110,000 per month. So if you're at the point in your gym and you're listening to this and you're like, I hear from all these other mentor companies, I hear from all these people that I need to work on my systems, there's a problem with my coaching, or I need better processes. It's not the truth. And you can go through those and you're going to be like, yeah, I maybe learned a few things that implemented, but without leads and growth at that point, nothing else is going to matter, because you're going to have the same amount of people coming in and leaving. Nothing has changed at the top of the funnel to either increase the amount of signups or decrease the amount of churn. So this is just a brutally honest podcast for you guys of when you get to this point in your business where you're stagnant and month over month over month, you're banging your head against the wall, wondering, what do I do next and what step do I take? You need to address churn and sales. And then once you do those two things, there's only one thing left. And again, if you just look at your metrics, how many people that walk in your door are you closing? Are you closing 70 to 80%? Good. Top of funnel. Are you getting, if you're getting, are you communicating with people quickly? Are you responding with people within 5 minutes? Then churn. Have you addressed every single thing that you can to reduce churn? I will say this one thing, and I learned this from listening to a speaker of Domino's. You're going to get a lot of reasons why people leave your gym. Try to address the one that keeps happening over and over again. There comes a point in your business when you've tried to you can't address every single thing. There's always going to be outliers. There's always going to be things that people leave for different reasons. But at the end of the day, try to address the one thing that keeps occurring. And then once you get to the point you're like, I've created the best system, onboarding, and gym that I can, the churn is kind of what it is. And then you can reverse engineer, how many people do I need to grow each month to get to that point? And then that's when you contact us, and then we can help you add fuel to the fire, AKA more leads at the top of the funnel so you can close more people. Our gyms on average, so the average right now across the industry is 5 new people per gym and sign up. Our average gym gets 77 leads compared to, I believe it was 30 for a gym. 30, so we're getting double the amount of leads, which ends up turning into, and our average churn for a gym is 5%, which is right on par. And then let's see. Our average gym ends up signing up. Our average gym has 200 members, and I believe that they're signing up 12 to 15 converted lead, 11 clients per month. So we are doubling the amount of people coming in the door, which means that's why our gyms are able to grow. Instead of getting 4 signups per month, they're getting, or 4 to 5, they're getting 12, and our highest one was 38 last month. So if you guys need, if you've dialed in your systems, you've dialed in your processes, it is time to look at paid marketing. And the reason that our gyms are doing $45K compared to the average of $18,000 is because they have more leads coming in, which is why franchises like Orange Theory, F45, all of that are able to grow faster because they all do paid marketing. Hope you guys enjoyed this podcast today. You took some away from it. Again, I'm just here to give you brutally honest truth. And if we're the right fit for you, reach out to us. We'd love to help you. We'll talk to you next.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to the Gym Marketing Made Simple podcast with Blake Ruff and Sherman Merricks. We hope you enjoy. We believe marketing should increase revenue and not waste money. So book your free call today. Head on over to lassoframework.com. That's lassoframework.com and find the right words, get more customers, and increase your revenue. We'll see you here next time.